But I need to ask her to continuously give me strength, because this level of disturbing ways they manipulate my mind is so nasty. But they've been doing it for so long. It's been the same things. Is still disturbing, especially lately. Things have been bad because the level of validation, the fact that others have said the same things, the way they attack the mind using this technology that can rewire your brain, it's been so obvious that that's how they torment you. I think discovering this man called Steve Marlowe, which finding out he was a target individual who ended up killing 4 people, which you're gonna see. This man, he killed 4 individuals, and one of this individual was a 15-year-old. And for me, it's something I've called out, that there's a lot of childlike participant. Now, no, like I said, when I face them, when I confront them, I'll confront them understanding what they are. First of all, I no longer view them as children, just participant doing very disgusting things in part of this program. But this program is known to have a lot of childlike individual. That's why I wasn't even really surprised that this man thought that this 15-year-old was involved in what was happening to her, and for him to be capable of killing her is because he was seeing her for what she's part of, or at least he thought she was part of that. Now, was this Kayla Anderson really a participant? I would not be surprised if she was. Also, I understand in this program they can make it look like something that's not true. But with my experience, there's a lot of participants, and other target which I've called out, there's a lot of childish individuals, especially teenagers. So for me, when they do this manipulation, they use this trashy teenage shit. So degrading. I'm just like Steve Marlowe in the sense that they're attacking my mind. And they're attacking my mind in these degrading ways. And not just like Steve Marlowe. So many others have said like that. Say it's the same thing like that. Matter of fact, I just also discovered some target video called Mark, who literally says something I've said that I've said exactly the same way. These thought insertions have been so disturbing. And it's obvious that they implanting this thought process. For me, I make these videos so when I face this trash, inclusive of if there's childlike individual, I can face them accordingly. I'm not threatening, but I'm just saying that this is going to be an aspect that I put in the way I view them. And with me, they think that the way they can try to make it less obvious is as they participate in this. When I'm being manipulated, I can hear them interacting with me via V2K, voice to call. And they try to sound as childish and non-threatful as possible because they think it's going to pacify me. The truth is I'm going to face them. And the validation that I have at just to that level. They've been playing my libido so much that I have testicle pain. Now, at first I thought it was just maybe like because they're playing my libido, the pain will be comparable to like what the people call as blue balls. But now I think it's worse than that. I think that maybe they might be causing my testicles to have some, perhaps like some kind of I don't know, maybe a cancer or no, I don't know if it's a cancer, but something that's more damaging, because the pain is becoming a little bit more than just blue balls. Like maybe you have a tumor growing there, I don't know, but something is happening that is causing a little bit more pain. And now, like, I have to release, but I know what they're gonna do because I've been making videos about how they manipulate me. I'm watching adult content. For example, what you're seeing here is the one specific I'm watching. It's a man and a woman, two adult individual. These two adult individual are together. I'm watching, trying to release some of the, of my libido. As my climax happens, as always, they start making me imagine children. But in fact, they start making me imagine these next door babies. It's so nasty. And they start, first of all, you'll see a video tomorrow where this next door neighbor comes up, pops out of the apartment, just try to intimidate me. I'm looking at him, it's like shit. So they make me imagine him, and then they make me imagine this little girl. As I'm watching this, it's so disgusting. Not only they do that as I'm climaxing, after that, they start like making me like I close my eyes. I'm like, I try to do something to just like stop that thought to enter my brain. But on top of that, they start like contracting my urethra, just like giving like pulsations, contracting it to disturb me. So they make me think of the child, then contraction, and then my hands is on my face as they do that, disturbing me even more. And this is the disgusting things they do to me to attack my mind. And by the way, when they do that, it's like, no, that's abuse. And try to bring up the things that they think that will make me subscribe to that, which is the exaggerate of what I did when I was in 8th grade, what I'm watching this adult. Wanting me to think that this is not clear, rewiring on my thought process as I'm watching this. Now, that's how they attack the mind. This is the ways these people that you're going to hear describe this thought in implantation. And then they utilize this teenage trash that this man, Steve Marlowe, ended up killing. Because this trash, once clearly altering your thought process, think they can make it sound like they're not doing what this man literally said, or this other man. Now imagine you face this trash, knowing that they do these things to attack your mind, and you have a gun, like Steve Marlowe. You will execute them. This is why these people are doing these things. I know this is what they've been doing. I've made sure that every time they do that to me, I make videos. The truth is, this is the best way I can fight against how they play with my libido. And by the way, the reason why they crank up my libido is because they do this nasty pedophilia type of torture, meaning that when I see children, they do this stimulation to the point where they put pain in my testicles. And then they have this teenage trash immersed in their pedophilia ways of torturing people. Then try to gaslight you. I will never subscribe to this. And then, by the way, they're like, we're making you pay for what you did as a child. These people disturbing you, manipulating your libido in this degrading, and it's not unique to me. That's how they attack at the target video. Nothing is unique to me. Target video. This is a system. This is a system. They do things systematically. And they utilize this teenage trash accordingly. Now, when I face them, like I said, I'll face them for the nothings that they are, the disposable trash that they involved, that they're part of, that they are. They're just disposable trash that the government utilize to torment target individual. They come in different ages and gender. For me, I face them. If I crash out, I'll crash out understanding that this is what they are. But I'll never subscribe to that.
I could not have asked for a better family. What you cannot comprehend is that we have been attacked by this weapon our entire lives, and the attack against me personally is one of the most vicious attacks a human being has ever faced. I have tolerated the most inhumane torture in hopes that the FBI and CIA would come to my defense, but they have failed to come to my aid. My only hope is that you come to understand what has happened here. When the world realizes what has happened, there will be justice, but I cannot sit by and be a victim any longer, and I refuse to sit by and do nothing while my nieces and nephews and the rest of my family are operated on with mind control. Our thoughts are not private. It is disgusting and it is cruel. I will be launching the first counterattack against mind control in human history. I want to be very clear, this will not be an active shooting event. I will be executing some of the people responsible for activating shooters. If I happen to survive, please visit me in prison, if only to see the same man you have always known, rather than the victim of some mental disorder that does not exist. What you may not understand is that I will gladly die to expose this, and I will gladly die to help one other victim discover the truth of what has happened. If I can help another targeted individual fight back against telepathy, then the sacrifice will be well worth it. To any TIs who read this, understand that your attackers use the form of ventriloquism I describe in the paper to move your thoughts, but your thoughts can also move their mouths. To my friends in Chicago, Lexington, Dayton, and all over the world, get this email out to everyone you know. The most horrific weapon ever made is being used on human beings, and if you ever learn the truth, you will understand what I did here to protect myself and my family. Get this out to other TIs, other voice hearers, so the world has a chance to fight back. To my family, especially my nieces and nephews, I want you to understand that what I do here, I do for your future, and hope that you can live a life free of mind control. I love you guys.
Talking, the street theater, the noise campaigns, and the voices skull. That's the worst one. You know, that synthetic telepathy, thought insertion, memory manipulation, memory insertion. You feel like your mind and your body is not yours, it's just being controlled by some asshole. Your emotions, everything, and you would see that, street theater, noise campaigns, voice to skull. They do a pretty good job of intertwining everything. But to an outsider's point of view, they're just gonna see you as fucking crazy. But I'm here to tell you it's happening. And this program is a slow death torture program. Humiliation too. Humiliation, rituals, whatever, embarrassment. I have no idea why they do what they do. It's just whatever. And these thoughts, these fucking disgusting ass thoughts. And if you're a target individual, you know what I'm talking about these thoughts that are being fucking inserted into your head. It's disgusting. And it's horrible. I don't know. Man, I have nothing else to say. Probably when I